There's one major difference that sets those who achieve their goals apart from those who don't, and that is having a growth mindset. Wondering how you can achieve a growth mindset? Stay tuned. Hi, my name is Tiffany Toombs. I'm a high-performance mindset coach that has worked with thousands of people across the world to help them let go of limiting beliefs so they can step into their full potential in this world. In this video, I'm going to share with you what a growth mindset truly is and 2 things that you can do every single day to help you achieve that growth mindset so you can achieve your goals faster. So a growth mindset is a mindset that tells us that we can improve at absolutely anything that we put our minds to as long as we're willing to put in the effort. And so a growth mindset focuses first on effort and then on the result or the outcome that we're looking to achieve. Now, the opposite of a growth mindset is a fixed mindset. And a fixed mindset is the belief that how we are today, what talents and tools and resources we have today is as good as we will ever be, that no amount of effort or practice will ever make us better. Now, there was a number of studies done at Stanford University on children with math problems. And what they did was they broke these children into 2 groups. One group got praise and validation based on the outcome, getting the successful outcome on the math problem. The other group, they got praise and validation based on whether or not they were willing to put in effort. Now, the study started with really easy math problems, and as they went through the study, the math problems got harder and harder. And what they found was that those who had a fixed mindset were more likely to give up quickly as things got harder and harder because they knew they wouldn't get the praise. And so they stopped themselves from even putting in an effort because they just had total self-doubt and belief about their ability to get the outcome. The other group, on the other hand, the one that was getting praise and validation based on the effort that they put in, they were willing to attempt and take on harder and harder tasks and math problems because they knew they would still get recognized for that effort. And so when somebody has a fixed mindset, they're more likely to give up anytime a challenge or a curveball comes their way. Now, one of my biggest pet peeves in the personal development self-help industry is that there's all these band-aid solutions that people are looking for that are quick fixes to stop them from feeling the discomfort of their obstacles. But in reality, we can never truly take away every single obstacle. And so there's a lot of programs and information out there that actually handicaps people and keeps them in a fixed mindset in the long run because it might shift their discomfort or their pain in the short term, but in the long term, when they have more and more obstacles to face, it actually sets them up to be less likely to want to push through that. So the growth mindset helps us move through whatever curveballs life throws at us, which it's going to. There's always going to be ebbs and flows. And the growth mindset says, as long as I put in the effort, I will learn how to ride this wave and I will get through this obstacle faster. So before I share with you the 2 things that you can do to start building and fostering a growth mindset in yourself and in those around you, I'd love to hear from you. Where would you rate your mindset currently? Are you on the fixed mindset end of the spectrum? Are you in the growth mindset? Or are you somewhere in between? Go to the comments below and let me know. So one of the first things that I get my clients to do when we're moving them from a fixed mindset into a growth mindset is to sit down and look at all their past perceived failures and mistakes. I get them to then list all those failures and mistakes out on one column of a piece of paper. From there, I ask them, what were the lessons that you learned from these mistakes and these failures? What were the positives that eventually came out of these circumstances? What were the resources and the knowledge and the tools that you gained by being in that challenging circumstance? See, the weird thing about today's instant gratification world is that people think if they want more confidence, that a confidence fairy is going to come and sprinkle confidence dust on them while they're sleeping at night, or that Amazon will deliver a package to to their doorstep that gives them confidence. But in reality, we develop these tools and these resources by being in situations that challenge us to be more confident. You're not going to become a better listener just because you decide that you want it. Rather, you're going to be given circumstances in life where you have to listen better in order to get the outcome. But if we never take the opportunity to look back on the challenges and the obstacles that we've overcome, then we're never able to be grateful that we had those opportunities. Yes, I want you to be grateful for the obstacles and challenges you've had in your life, for your failures and mistakes, because those are the things that allowed you to become the person you are today. There is a lesson in every single failure and every single mistake. There's something that we can learn. There is things that we developed and that we took on, resources and belief systems and inner tools and knowledge that we took on during those times. And also, if we look hard enough at every single failure and mistake that we've ever faced, it's likely that you'll find that there was a positive that came out of that circumstance. So I'm going to give you an example. About 8 years ago, I was living in Australia, and my business that I was running with multiple other people at the time was making a killing. We were easily bringing in $10,000 to $15,000 a month each. And at that point in my life, I had never made that kind of money before. I also had no financial literacy skills, so I was literally making it rain. I was blowing all the money as fast as it came in. And I just had this belief that the tap had turned on and it would never be turned off again. So when one day, all of a sudden, out of the blue, out of nowhere, after I had just spent $20,000 on plane tickets to fly my entire family down to spend Christmas and New Year's with me in Australia from Canada, I found out that our business had a $1.8 million loss overnight. There was $1.8 million that was supposed to be coming in to us that was gone. The company that we were in business with had been doing a bunch of shady things and the government had shut them down, and there went our cash flow. I went from making $15,000 or more a month easily without having to blink an eye to, we don't know if we're going to get paid next month. Now, that was one of the roughest periods of time that I've ever been through. But when I look back on that situation, it forced me to learn how to budget. It forced me to learn how to become financially literate and not just spend every single dime that came in. It forced me to become more strategic in my thinking, both in business and in my life in terms of what I spent my money on. Now, if I had never taken the opportunity to look back in time and see what were the lessons that I needed to gain from that experience, I never would have been able to grow or to see that experience as a positive in my life. So go ahead and create that list. What are all the things that you perceive as failures or mistakes from your past? What did you learn? What tools and resources did you gain from those times? And what positives came from those tough situations? Now, before I share with you the last thing that you can do to develop this growth mindset, I want to remind you to subscribe to my channel. I'm putting out brand new videos every single week that are going to help you truly master your mind and become the creator of your life. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and like this video while you're there. Now, the hormone dopamine gets a little bit of a bad rap in today's society. We see it as this hormone that has us addicted to social media and to our phones and to other instant gratification. And there is a dopamine pathway that does that. But there's another dopamine pathway that we can actually use to help us foster a growth mindset and to achieve our goals faster. See, dopamine is our rewards hormone. And so every time we choose to celebrate an external reward, our body releases dopamine. And dopamine strengthens the pathways in the brain to encourage us to take more of that same behavior. This is why people get obsessed with social media as they scroll through and they're seeing all these new things. That's strengthening the pathways of the brain to keep on scrolling. We can use this to our advantage to help us achieve our goals faster. Now, the really cool thing about the dopamine system is it has zero judgment. So if you put up a post on social media and you get 1 view or 1 like instead of 1,000 or 1,000,000, your dopamine system will still celebrate that if you choose to. So consciously, we have to decide that it's worth celebrating. Now, again, we live in this world of hustle and grind where you can't celebrate things because that's selfish and self-centered. But in reality, the more that we celebrate ticking things off of our to-do list, taking action forward, no matter how big or how small, showing up for ourselves and putting in effort, when we do those things, we can strengthen the pathways of the brain to keep doing what we want it to do. So celebrate that you went to the gym today. Celebrate that you had a healthy meal. Celebrate that you got up and got dressed despite the fact that you were feeling crappy and wanted to stay in bed all day. Celebrating the effort and celebrating the small wins will accelerate your growth mindset and help you achieve more of your goals faster. Now, if you want more tools to help you totally reprogram your brain so that you can stop self-sabotaging and getting in your way, I would love to have you join me in the 6-day Mind Mastery Challenge. This challenge is totally free for you, and what I've done is I've pulled together the 6 most powerful tools and exercises that I take my paying clients through to help them create dramatic transformation in their life. All you have to do to join the challenge is go to nlpworksheet.com or click on the link in the description below. Thanks for watching.